We're good. We're on. Awesome. Well, we are here with Sara. I actually don't know how to say your last name.
Don't worry. Most people don't.
How do you pronounce it?
Well, it's Pereira. That's how you say it in Spanish, Pereira. But I mean, my boyfriend, he says like Pereira. Some people call me Perra, which is actually like
I've said
like
Pereira. Yeah. It's, I don't know. I was like, that was like something I'd never been able to figure out.
Yeah.
Because I know, God, we go way back from last summer. And so I've never said it correctly, but I appreciate
I'm not expect any person that doesn't speak Spanish properly, like say it, because like it's kind of a little bit hard. Yeah.
I've tried to learn Spanish. I still can't say things. Everyone just laughs at me. So I stick with it. It's a good place to learn Spanish though. I was in Texas, but
yeah.
So no, I appreciate you coming. I really just appreciate everything. You've always been super supportive and helpful. Everything, all my little crazy ideas, you're always like down. You come. So no, I appreciate you coming. For people listening, you should, why don't you give them a little background on who you are?
Well, I guess I have a fitness account on Instagram. I have 382,000 followers right now. I mean, I got me selling for a little bit, but I mean, I really don't care. I never been for like a followers, I guess. Because kind of my background started, like I just happened to become like an influencer. I don't like to use that word. I mean, I guess some people,
I know it's a cringy one.
Yeah, people might call me that, but I mean, actually, I started my Instagram because of my boyfriend. Like, he just told me to like share my pictures because I started working out when I first moved into this country. And I was kind of like, I don't think anyone really wants to like follow me. I mean, who wants to see me like working out? That's kind of stupid. That's what I thought, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that was like, I think like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like just kind of sharing my journey, and things just started like, I guess, growing over time. And then one day it's kind of like, I guess, accepted the fact that it was going to be a thing. I was like, well, I guess now I'm actually going to do something about it. So I became a certified trainer, started training people, and I just started growing my Instagram, like actually for real. Because like I feel at the beginning I was kind of like not doing anything. I was kind of like doing stuff.
Just posting things?
Yeah, just kind of posting whatever I feel like it. But now I'm kind of like, I actually have like a reason. Like I actually have like a purpose behind it. So
do you have something you particularly focus on? Or is it just like workouts? Or do you try to like educate people? Or is it a little mixture of both?
I always been about giving tips to people based on my own experience. Because I always obviously I had like a really long workout journey. Like I started like 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago. And as almost anybody else, I didn't know what I was doing. So I kind of did literally almost everything. I did every diet out there. I did something called the soup diet, the juice diet, the onion diet, apple diet, whatever kind of diet.
An onion diet?
Yeah, basically it's like you do like onion soup, and you eat like onion soup for like literally days. Which at the end,
nothing else?
No, basically it's like it's strict caloric deficit basically.
Okay.
Now I know what it is. Obviously, back then I was like, oh.
Did you ever stick with any of those today?
No, obviously not. Because,
just trends?
Yeah, because I was just kind of like, I think like everyone else is trying to find the quick way to losing weight. So I was just trying doing everything. So I just happened to share my fitness journey and just kind of share from my own personal experience, like what worked for me. And people started saying, hey, can you teach me how you work out and stuff? But in my mind, I never felt like I was qualified to like help out people without actually being like knowing exactly what I was doing. Because I know a lot of people that might know how to work out, but it's like, just because you work out doesn't mean you know how to train people.
Yep.
So I was like, I don't feel like qualified to do that. So that's why I just kind of like went out of my way and got certified with NASM. I actually got like the self-study plan.
Okay.
It's like 600 at a time, something like that. And they give you like this big book, and you have to teach everything yourself, basically. Yeah. And then you do the test, and then if you don't pass the first time, then you have to like pay $200 or something like that. So I was like, I'm gonna make sure I pass the first time, So that's what I did, and that's when I felt a little more like comfortable, like telling people what to do and stuff. But even though I never feel like know exactly what I know what's doing, because I always like question myself, because I always like to keep learning, Yeah. Because I always feel fitness is one of those things that is just, there's so much information that you just have to kind of like dish out so much, because everyone's saying something different. Even up until this day, nothing has really changed. When I started working out, it was like that. 7 years later, it is still like that. And if anything, I feel it gets a little bit worse, because social media, everyone's trying to be a fitness influencer, a personal trainer or something.
Everyone thinks they have the magic answers and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, people want to feel they're right,
Yeah. And that was one of the reasons I was really interested in bringing you on too, because you do have, quite the following, and some of the stuff I've talked about on the show before with all past guests is how, there has been it's a little bit of a pro and con, but there is this growing thing where all these influencers, right, are, pushing these fitness programs and stuff like that. And a lot of them are just cookie cutter programs. And so that was one of the more exciting reasons I wanted to bring you on, because outside of that as well, you've always been a lot of these women, especially in the industry, and I'm not saying all of them, but there's a huge majority of them are really either they're lacking credit, they lack the knowledge, or they're really just mean. Like, they're really mean. And you haven't really shown me any of that. You've always been super sweet and nice. And then you've always stayed honest. You never sit there and push like, that you're, buy this, do this, this is what worked for me. And, this will work for you. Like you've always seemed to kind of push authenticity and honesty with people. And that's something that that kind of stood out to me as opposed to a lot of the others.
Appreciate that. I mean, I try to be honest. I mean, obviously I don't feel I can be 100% honest. I don't feel anyone can be 100% honest. Because I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I do have like contracts or companies that I work with. So I do obviously have to like try to push their products. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I am really selective with the companies that I work with. Like, I don't really work with just like any company that comes and like sends me like, hey, we're gonna pay $1,000. I actually had an NFT company reach out to me during the whole.
Sweet.
Yeah, and they were offering a really big check. Like, I was like, I get what some of these influencers be shilling like all these bad projects, because I understand crypto, understand what are the good projects, what are the bad projects, because I do technical analysis, all these things like fundamental analysis. So like, obviously do know what I'm doing. So whenever this company reached out to me, they were offering me like $3,000 to $5,000 for like just kind of like posting it,
just promotion,
it. And then they were gonna give me like a cut of like whoever bought it, but I knew for a fact that basically if I made my followers buy that, immediately we're gonna dump on them and my followers gonna lose money. Yeah. And I know some people that might feel like, oh, well, that's just stupid mistake that you should do your own research, but I mean, it's still my responsibility because my followers trust me,
Yeah. So, well, it's authenticity. I get that a lot too. I couldn't, and I think that's a really cool thing that you're doing, because, I get offered stuff all the time as well. Hey, we want to get more known in Austin. We want to do this. And I'm like, send me some, let me see if it's worth it. And I won't work with companies if I feel like they're misleading or they're going to just take advantage of people. I'm very selective, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays just go after the quick cash grab. So
it's easy. I mean, people have to pay bills, right?
Yeah.
So I can't even blame them on that, because I understand the other side. Like, okay, I need to make money, because I mean, I sometimes kind of feel like, I guess, stupid, because I feel, am I like really like, am I missing out on money, or am I actually like sticking true to myself? Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like I sleep good at night, to be honest. Like, I mean, I know every decision that I've done. I mean, not everything has been perfect, but I feel like most of my decisions have been like good, I guess.
Yeah, there's some people that sell out pretty quick, and they just go after the quick payday. And those are things that I'm hoping to try to help influence and change, is like bringing, and I've talked about this probably on every show, is bringing back integrity and honesty, and not just misleading people for a fast payday, but like actually taking care of people that invest in you or trust you and use you as a credible source. And so, no, I think that's really cool. And so, given fitness and your kind of your position in it, what have you competed in things in the past? Like, what sports have you done in the past?
I've done bodybuilding before. I have done bikini. I think I did that in 2018. So almost 4 years ago. I'm actually planning to compete again.
Oh, really?
But I want to plan on wellness.
Oh, yeah.
Because what happened was, when I first competed on bikini, my physique was great. I think that's actually like the most I've been proud of my life. I think I was like, damn, I really did that. Because I think that's like that's the main thing where I really competed. I was not competing because I wanted to like be like an overall winner or anything like that. Yeah, obviously that's like the end goal, but it wasn't like I just want to be overall winner. I wanted to prove myself, right? Because my whole life I was chubby. I was never like athletic. I was never like that. So in my life, I never had not even close to like a six pack. So that's always been like a dream of mine back then. Like, I just want to have a six pack. Like, damn, just wake up and then be like, damn, I did that, So I don't know. I guess 2018, there was a really rough year for myself. So bodybuilding was, I guess, the thing that I just kind of chose to kind of get my mind off of things.
Is your outlet.
Yeah, because fitness has always been my outlet, has been my therapy. And I know it sounds cliche because everyone says that. But it's cliche. But it's literally like my therapy.
Oh, like, it's I think everyone can attest to that, though. Yeah, it's where I go to decompress,
Like, I don't think I literally will be here if it wasn't for working out, because like I completely changed my mindset, completely changed like everything about me. Because a lot of people think that you just go work out and just change the way you look at yourself and everything. It's like, it's actually way more than that. Because I was a quitter back then. everything that I started, I never finished. I was kind of like, oh, I can do this. Like, whatever. Move on to the next one. Like after me start working out, me after competing especially, my mindset has gotten so much stronger because it's kind of like it takes a really strong-willed person to do certain things.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, you have to be born to be strong-willed. Anybody can be strong-willed, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. I yesterday I had on, or 2 days ago, I had on an Olympian bodybuilder, Ashley. Yeah. And she was talking about how bodybuilding will change your life and how intense the preps are and what you have to do. And I was like, I'm good. I'll never get in that. But I do really give a lot of credit to people to jump into those. And I think that, one of the things we talked about was how recently NPC did introduce wellness as a division, which is really good, according to Ashley, for women that have a lot, more muscular defined legs and not a bigger upper body. And so, no, I think you would crush it. And so
that's my problem actually, because when I asked the judges, because my placement in my first show was actually like 8, which is pretty good actually. I mean,
overall,
or
just your class.
I think my class actually, I don't remember exactly, but it was like an 8. But it was a little bit like weird because obviously still a sport, and I think most sports they have like a little bit like, I guess some Rick stuff going on in the background, to say the least. So the girl that plays,
I got a problem with the business side of it. I've talked pretty publicly about it before, but the sport itself is pretty beautiful.
So. I love the sport, but I feel like I guess certain events, you have to be really careful with events that you choose because some of them are definitely, but I'm going to say, I mean, I'm obviously not I'm competing a lot, but I mean, you, my coach, he has a lot more experience and everything. He even told me like, because the girl that plays before me, I don't really judge anyone's looks because I understand we all come different backgrounds and everything, but it just didn't even make sense. Even my coach and every single person that I showed them kind of like comparing some, kind of like, does it make sense to you? Because even mine kind of doesn't make sense. They go like, your placement doesn't make any sense. So I actually went on my way to ask the judges to kind of like, okay, why was placed like this? And I remember when I was on stage, a lot of the judges would kept looking at me. And I remember my coach telling me that if they look at you, it's a really good sign. Like, okay, they're like, kind of like getting your attention the most. And I was kind of thinking, I mean, they're definitely getting my attention. I got second call or something like that, which I know is second good indication, especially for my first show. And thing was, the judges were saying that I was not really like in bikini, but I was not really like in figure.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying like, you have a really great body physique, but I mean that you have too much muscle for bikini, but you don't have enough muscle for figure. So I was kind of like, okay, so I'm like raise them. So when the wellness came out, my coach reached out to me. He was like, hey, I think this is like your category. You're perfect for this. So I was
I think it would be perfect for you if you want to. And I think in April, they're doing a grand opening, a new gym, and Urishna will be out with us. So if you want to come out and meet all of them, and we'll set it up.
Sure.
But no, that's cool. Yeah, bodybuilding is definitely interesting. I used to think my mindset has shifted a little bit. I used to be convinced that a lot of it was political, like it was favorites and stuff like that. But then it wasn't. What I learned working in the industry, even having the conversation with Ashley, is that it's not always just your look and appearance. It's your posing is how you get judged. There's people that might have greater physiques, but their posing's trash, so they get placed later. So
my posing was trash, that I can tell you.
If it's your first show, posing might have played a role in it, but no. So, but I also have seen a shift from a lot of competitors getting into powerlifting because the preps are just too much for them. So they want to continue to lift and stuff. And powerlifting's been becoming a pretty popular growing sport. Is that something you'd ever consider?
I've been thinking for a long time, but the thing is, I guess every single time I try to actually set myself to do a powerlifting program or something like that, I get kind of injured or something happens, so it's kind of I had to stop. I was actually about to I was training with a friend. He's a powerlifting coach. I just told him, hey, just help me out with a program or something. And he set it up for me and was actually following it for almost 4-8 weeks, something like that. I think so. And my knee just started acting up. And I have a really old injury because when I first started working out, I had this problem with ego lifting.
Oh, yeah.
So ego lifting was...
It's the worst. That'll get you every time.
So ego lifting kind of gave me a knee injury and a lower back injury.
Yeah.
So ever
since...
That's
my kryptonite. Lower back right here is...
It's gotten way better, trust me, because I've been doing a lot of mobility movements and things like that. But it's still kind of sometimes, especially in the cold, you can feel it's
Yeah, I get so tight. Honestly, chiropractor was what helped me out the most. It really released a lot of the tension and stretched me out. But so you were, Today's episode is brought to you by ReGen Health and Wellness. The team at ReGen Health and Wellness is devoted to helping patients revitalize, repair, and renew the optimal blueprint of yourself. They provide an individualized and concierge model of healthcare, empowering patients to optimize their health span and overall quality of life. It's said no one can escape father time, but almost everyone can make the conscious decision and commit to living better and healthier lives. It begins with a mindset. They offer both in-clinic and telemedicine consultations. So whether you're due for a routine checkup or struggling to hit your health and fitness goals, go online or give them a call to schedule your appointment today. What was I going to say? It's basically, so how would you say, with today's social media influence on the fitness industry, there are obviously some pros and cons. I know we tapped on a little bit, but I was hoping to expand on that with you of what you thought some of the good pros and cons of being someone in your position as far as having an influence on people that might be considering using you as a source for changing. Like, what do you think are some of the pros and cons that, people in the fitness industry have?
I mean, I think just anyone that has a following, they need to understand that when they have a following, there's a sort of like responsibility behind it. Regardless, you have 10,000 followers, you have, I guess, 100,000 followers, a million. You have, I guess, like a power dynamic-ish to some extent. I know it sounds stupid, but I mean, people really do act different when they know you have followers. And I have experienced this multiple times throughout my lifetime. And I'm never being a social person, so I now, as I just talk to people.
This is true.
So it's kind of like, whenever I try to talk to someone, they kind of are already a little bit weird because they find me intimidating for some reason. I'm like, how? I'm like 5 feet tall. How do you find me intimidating? Like, whatever. But when they find out that I have followers, they immediately start like, oh no, it's like, it's not like fake appraisal, but you can tell they try a little bit too much to try to be close to you, to be your friend, something like that. So
chasing the clout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, but I feel a lot of people, they really want to feel that way, kind of like, oh wow, wherever I go, people are just looking at me, people just know who I am. They're not really seeing the responsibility behind actually having the influence. Like now, when I first got my followers, I obviously did not understand responsibility or anything like that because I was posting like whatever. But I've been growing mentally, physically as a human being in general, along with my followers. So I just kind of realized, not only from my perspective, but also like what other influencers were doing, especially like fitness influencers. Like this one girl, I think she's really big, Brittany Dom. She's like getting sued.
She's getting sued by the state right now. Yeah, we've talked about this. She was, I believe she was misleading people, or she wasn't misleading. She was writing programs, like doing diets and stuff for people, but they were like all just very generic. She wasn't taking into account
I was doing
their health.
Research about her actually, because I actually saw her case like in 2014 when it first came out.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I was like, damn, like what the heck is going on? Because she did a public apology and I saw it and everything. And I was kind of, well, it's kind of messed up for you to kind of like not be qualified to like, why are you going to be doing like plans to people that have like eating disorders just because you had an eating disorder yourself? Like, I just try to help my clients to like learn how to eat, have a better relationship with food, but I don't prescribe like plans because that's not, like, personal trainers should not do that unless you actually have the qualification.
Like, and you're a dietitian or nutritionist.
And I'm actually striving to be that. I want to be a registered dietitian. And of course, that's like a long journey of its own, but I do eventually want to do that. But even though I still want to do that and I still feel I have the knowledge, I still will not go out of my way to like prescribe diets to someone that has diabetes or a specific medical condition, because it's not my position whatsoever. In fact, every single time I have someone that comes to me, hey, I have this, I tell them, hey, you gotta talk to your doctor. That's smart. Yeah, do you talk to your physician, especially if they're injured or something? They come to me, hey, I have a lower back injury. Did your physician tell you you're okay to work out? And if they did, please send me something. Like, I'm not gonna just train someone just because they tell me they're fine. Because even for me, I think sometimes I'm fine just happens. Yeah. So for someone like her to kind of like on her own experience to I did this because I eating disorders. Like, not everyone has the same experience,
Yeah, it's unfortunate that people do that. That was one of the other important reasons I was excited to have you on, is because, and I know we've kind of talked about it already, but it was just, it's something I've brought up quite a bit on the show as well, is this, we get all these influencers, these fitness enthusiasts that come on and they do that stuff, and it drives me crazy. It's like, if you're not credible, like then stop acting like it, or become credible. And one of the biggest problems I'm having, or that I continue to run into today with a lot of society is you get these people that work so hard to try to misperceive themselves. Like they want to create this identity so they're respected and credible instead of just putting in the work and actually getting, you know, those credentials that makes them what they want to be. And it's bananas. And it's like, it's okay to just not know stuff. And I feel like everyone nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's the problem. A lot of people just want to be right. They don't want to admit that they're wrong. I mean, even back then, I was really afraid to be wrong because when I first started with social media, I would get into fights with people and whatever. They were criticizing me, like, I don't know what you're talking about, you know? But at the end of the day, I literally just grew up.
Cancel culture doesn't help either.
Yeah, I mean, I just grew up and I mean, I just understand that at the end of the day, I mean, everything's subjective, literally. And even working out is subjective because even things like a squat, for example, there's not like a right or wrong doing a squat because we all have like different bodies. We all have different bones, like different bone densities, different like, you know, bones movement, everything, mobilities. So we're not all can do the same squat the same way. And I tell my clients that all the time because they feel like when they start working out, people judging, oh, people that tell me I cannot do it like this. Like, okay, they tell you they can do it like this. Why? Did they explain to you why? Because a lot of times people just kind of criticize you, giving no reason why that you're doing something wrong. Because I, up until they still go through that.
Do people still hit you up all the time? You're not doing this right.
Yeah, I mean, I always say, like, I mean, I still always say still learning. Even though I've been working out for 7 years, I'm still always learning.
No one's perfect and will ever be perfect.
My deadlift form was trash 5 years ago. I see videos and I cringe. I'm like, oh my gosh, how my lower back so good?
Right?
But yeah.
Well, I'm surrounded by it and I still don't know what the hell's going on half the time, you know, and I still get corrected and it's like, I'm okay with it, but I want someone credible correcting me.
I learn every day, especially there's certain coaches on TikTok. I think JPG Coaching, I think that's a really famous on TikTok. I'll learn a lot with him actually. Like there's certain things that I kind of knew or I kind of had an idea, but he actually like kind of showed me like the research behind it, kind of like confirm what I already knew. Oh, okay, I wasn't just kind of thinking out of thin air, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
do you have any others that you look up to as well?
Steffi Cohen. I mean, obviously she's Venezuelan,
she's
so
great.
I think that's.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah, she's Venezuelan. I think that's another reason why I kind of like it a lot because obviously bias Venezuelan.
She's great. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, she knows her stuff definitely 100%. She's super knowledgeable.
An animal.
Yeah, I mean, she's someone I look up to a lot. I don't think I am. I have any. I don't think I have a lot of fitness people that I really look up to be honest, because it's kind of like a lot of them that I truly look up to happens to be to do something really shady and kind of like, yeah. And I find out like, I thought you were better than that.
Yeah.
Or
right.
it's kind of like,
kind of like crushes it for you a little bit.
Yeah. So I kind of just stop like looking up to just any influencer for that matter. Cause I've been destroyed. My heart has been broken multiple times by so many people I look up to. So it's kind of like, I find people that I think they know what they're talking about. And like, okay, you know what? I'm going to write that down, whatever. Going to test to see what works for me. I'm going to keep it. But I don't really like stick to just what this one person is doing anymore. And that goes for like everything, even for trading, because I do trading. When I learn how to start trading.
We're getting into that soon too.
Yeah, when you learn how to start trading, it's a little bit complicated because you have all these groups coming to you. And I actually was one part of these groups. Actually,
oh really?
Yeah, they try to like basically kind of like they joined me to kind of like get me to bring people in, but I told them like I didn't care. Because I don't like to talk to people. Yeah. Literally. I told them I don't want to talk to people. I don't want them to thinking like, oh, look at the Forex crow. Because I actually started learning how to trade with Forex.
Yeah, what is Forex? So I know, so you love all this stuff, and you guys got me hooked on the V-Chain one a while back. I was like, shit, I'll take their advice. But today's episode is brought to you by Avatar Nutrition. It is always a treat to show some love to our sponsor, Avatar Nutrition. Avatar is actually owned by my friend Mark, who is a lifting buddy of mine from the gym. What I didn't realize at the time is that his app has been used by close to 200,000 people, and they've used it to lose over 2.5 million pounds of pure body fat. What's really special about Avatar is that it's a complete service delivered through a super easy-to-use app. See, Avatar is the OG in the macros game and created a process that makes counting macros both fun and simple to stick to long-term. You've got unlimited support from their community and experts on staff, and they are in the business of giving their clients results that last. Try it free on the App Store or Google Play Store for 2 weeks, and if you love it as much as I do, it's just $9.99 a month after that, or $97.99 for the annual rate if you want even more of a discount. If you're a coach, trainer, or you own any kind of business and want to use Avatar to facilitate game-changing nutrition coverage for your people, Avatar is a program for groups too. Just contact them through their website to learn more at www.avatarnutrition.com. There's so many different ones. There's like crypto, Forex, NFTs. I have zero knowledge in it. I kind of just go based off the trends, which I probably shouldn't do. But like, so Forex isn't it? From my understanding, it's like the exchange of different currencies.
Have you ever traveled outside of the U.S.?
Yeah, gone to Mexico a couple
So
times.
you already done Forex.
Okay.
So it's basically when you exchange one currency for another. So for example, my country, the value in my country is like super overvalued. Actually.
And where are you from again? For people?
Venezuela. Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, my country is a little bit of a mess. Like people are actually using the dollar right now. So I don't even know what's going on. Anyway, but besides the point. So if you basically grab $500 here and you travel to my country, those $500, they actually can be like a little bit more based on the exchange. So it can be, let's say, for example, I don't know exactly the exchange right now. I'm just kind of like, eyeballing like $1,000, for example.
Yeah. It's like in Mexico, like $10 is really the equivalent of like $80.
Yeah. So if you basically hold on to the money, come back to the US with the same money without exchanging it back, then boom, you just turn 500 to 1,000 by just literally moving to one place to the other. So what Forex does is literally the same exact thing. Just instead of you like traveling places, you're just
transferring accounts.
Not on accounts. You just kind of doing. There's a lot of different ways you can actually make money in the market. You can trade. You can be a long-term investor, which you basically put in the money whole. Most likely you heard and just don't look at it. That's what I'm doing right now. Don't look at it. Just move on. Live your life. Go drink a tequila and do something.
Come back later.
Yeah.
Are there any places that the value is higher than the US dollar?
I mean, I would say any place in the third world, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, so if you take a dollar to like, you know, any of the third world countries, it's actually worth.
Not everyone, but I mean, not every third world country, obviously. But I mean,
I guess I should rephrase. So, is there any currency from the outside of the states that you bring in that's actually worth more in the states?
I think it's the European.
Is it?
The pound. I don't know. I think it's a few, or the Russian ruble. I think so, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Russian ruble. I don't know. Like, I actually don't know like every exchange.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the thing is that this goes for like any investor or any asset that you want to like put in your money in. You should not be looking at every single little thing, because if you go into the market, you have so many assets.
Yeah.
Currencies, you have like cryptocurrencies. Obviously, you have so many coins. I think last time I checked, there was literally 8,000, but that was last time, because anyone can make a cryptocurrency. Actually, that's like the only downside of crypto. That's why it's so important for you to know exactly what you're looking for, because anyone can really create a crypto project, but it's not like every crypto project is bad.
Yeah. So you absolutely, every time I've hung out with you, every conversation, it quickly transitions into your love of crypto.
I just love crypto. Yeah.
Crypto is very like, I'm still very probably not actually pretty much, I don't know really shit about it, but you guys have talked to me about it so much in the past. And so I know it's a passion of yours. It's, you know, how do you think, how is crypto going to be utilized if there's 8,000 plus coins or more going? Like, how does one know which one actually carries value besides Bitcoin and Ethereum?
I mean, there's a lot of projects that do have its own little purpose. I'll explain crypto to someone that don't know it's like a crypto, I guess, what happened to the internet. Whenever first the internet came out, a lot of people were kind of like talking crap about all of these websites, kind of like, who the heck is really going to use this? Like, no one's really ever going to work on the internet. Like, no one's going to make money out of this stuff, X, Y, and Z. Because I kind of being adopted to the internet since a really early age. I was like using the web since I was 6 years old, which is not good. Absolutely not good.
No, I remember it too. I remember when it first came out.
I've been in places I should not have been, and you know what? I regret it, but whatever. It is what it is. I've been in the deep web before, actually. So I've seen stuff. It's not a good. It's not a good place. I don't even know
how one gets into the dark web.
It's a long process.
I'm too scared to try it.
I mean, I did it in my country because I felt like if I did it in my country, like no one's not gonna be a crazy person in my door, like trying to.
That's what I'm saying. Even just on what's that one? I don't know. I got drunk with a bunch of friends one time, and we went on the Omegle, wherever, like. And like they can find out where you're at just off that, and I'm like, pass. I don't need people to know where I'm at. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like something similar to that. That it's just like a lot of people right now, they just kind of talking crap because they don't understand what it is. I mean, obviously the biggest one is Bitcoin, and that just as it is, it's like kind of like gold, basically. I mean, if you really just know.
So what does Bitcoin offer that say like the Shiba coin doesn't offer, or like what's the difference? And I asked that because I own like millions of the Shiba coin.
I don't know how.
You have any, Alex?
I'm gonna try to be nice here.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't actually know. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I just jumped on the trend.
So Shiba, from what I know, was created, I think, like 2 years ago, something like that. And it's basically based on Ethereum. It's an Ethereum coin, technically speaking. Because if you create an Ethereum coin Ethereum, it's called like a ERC20, something like that. And it's basically kind of like you create a project yourself. Now, I'm not like a professional in this. Just saying, like, it's still
disclaimer.
Like, obviously, like, I can be wrong stuff. So if anyone can want like correct me,
shut up. It's
be my guest.
Open discussion.
Obviously. But basically, Shiva is just kind of like a project that this development team created. I really don't even know it, but developing because I don't invest my money in it. But basically, it's just more like a hype coin. What we call, or
a meme coin, or
shit coin. Some people call it like that. But I mean, it's not want to say it's valuable. If I'm being that honest, I don't think it will really go that far. To be honest,
why can't it be as valuable as, say, Bitcoin?
Because is
it just because more people use Bitcoin?
Because Bitcoin is completely different than what Shiba is. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not Ethereum. Bitcoin is not nothing else. Just Bitcoin. It's it's like you're trying to compare gold to like the dollar to like silver. It's just gold, you know. Yeah. As a Bitcoin is just
gold can be used in like technology. It's in all our phones. Like it's utilized in different ways. So that's why I guess where I'm just. Genuinely confused is like
there's 21 million Bitcoin created. When Bitcoin was created on 2011, I don't remember exactly, it was only 21 million.
Okay.
All out there. Ever since there's been less and less Bitcoin. The way I like to explain Bitcoin to people, because it's like blockchain technology, that's actually what it's working under. Blockchain technology, all crypto work on the blockchain technology, which is basically just like computers, kind of like solving like Rubik cubes.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a line of Rubik cubes that kind of get harder over time. So if you like kind of just resolve one, the other one kind of like gets unlocked, I guess. Okay. And basically the miners, you ever heard of them? Like
I've heard Bitcoin mining.
Well, the miners are the ones that basically do that. They kind of like solve these transactions, kind of like open up these Rubik cubes, and they eventually get harder and harder and harder and harder. So basically, Bitcoin is not cheap to find. It's basically like gold. Gold is not really easy to find.
Yeah.
There's only a limited amount of Bitcoin.
Okay.
Similar to gold, it's only a limited amount of limited supply. So basically, it's like demand and supply. Like basically, like anything, like any investment, demand and supply can make something go up. So Bitcoin actually, I don't remember the exact number because I have not seen. I don't know if you remember, KJ, but how much Bitcoin there's left right now? I think there's only like 4 million Bitcoin left out of 21 million. There's only 4 million.
Because I've tried to explain it. Well, I've done a really awful job, but to like my like grandparents or my dad or any of them. And at the end of the day, it always comes back to like, but it's never going to be a top currency because people get it just to convert it back into the US dollar.
Can people really fully explain how a credit card and debit card works? They just use it, right?
Credit card?
Credit card and debit card, they don't even know.
Well, it's borrowed money, essentially.
Yeah, but a lot of times when people, like literally everyone, they just don't even know how to explain how it works. They just use it. That's basically what Bitcoin's gonna end up being one day. People are just gonna use it. They're not even gonna know what it is. Just kind of like, just use it, and that's it.
Oh, well, I got a buddy right now that he has a web developer or an app developer who lives in like Ukraine. And with everything going on, he's said that with like sanctions and stuff that he's not going to have access to like paying him. So he's like, you're going to have to get like a whole new VPN or something, and I have to pay you in Bitcoin. Yeah. So I guess that is kind of one example of how it can be used as currency.
Bitcoin's completely decentralized. So in cases like that, for example, also, like me, obviously I'm not going to talk about politics or anything like that, but Canada, what's going on, like they kind of like shut down certain banks.
Oh, yeah.
Bitcoin is basically useful for those situations. For if any government, any entity for that matter, wants to kind of mess up with your money, only you and nobody but you.
I know. I'm surprised that didn't make the value go up like skyrocket when all this stuff has been happening.
There's
with, like,
a lot of things that happening in the background. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things that I want to say, but it's mainly more, I guess, political because that's the thing.
Yeah, politics is
That's
dumb,
the thing about the markets. Like whether you like it or not, the markets are controlled by the world and by politics. Mm-hmm. So whether it's like something good, something bad happens, is something always related regarding something political wise. Yeah. So that's the only reason why I kind of like I don't want to talk too much about certain things because like especially right now.
So do you think there's going to be another crypto boom? Like I remember what was it last spring or something? There was like all of a sudden everything started skyrocketing and Bitcoin went up to like 6.
Every single time people say that Bitcoin is over, it still goes up. Yeah. People have been saying that since 2011 and literally Yeah,
they're talking about it going up to like $1 million value.
Yeah,
or something
just sort of like a little
for one coin.
Just like a little, I guess point of view. Bitcoin little in 2020 was $7,000.
Yeah.
And a lot of when I tell people that, people are like, wait, what? That was 2 years ago? Like, yeah, that was 2 years ago. I was like, wait.
I remember.
I was like, why didn't I buy? I was like, well, I don't know. Why didn't you buy?
I remember I had bought when I was living in Tacoma, Washington. I bought I put in I think $300 or whatever, and it was worth I think $11,000 a coin, and I forgot about it. I deleted Coinbase. I got rid of all that, and I re-downloaded it a year ago or so, and I was looking, and I forgot that I'd sold all of it. But what it was at the time, Bitcoin was worth $66,000, and I was like, oh my God, I could have made so much.
No, I've been through a lot of those. That's the reason why I now have a complete different mindset when I invest, and kind of if I do truly believe in something, I basically not put my money on the line, because obviously you only invest what you're willing to lose. And people that just kind of risk everything, I'm sorry, but that's kind of asking for a lot.
You would like the macro barista. Today's episode is brought to you by CBD Online Xpress. CBD Online Xpress is a fresh, up-and-coming CBD company that strives to offer the highest quality products at an affordable price to help you in your everyday life. They offer a variety of products such as tinctures, edibles, flour, and even their new recreational line, Oxed Up. They also have plans to introduce water and an energy drink later this year. Go to cbdonlineexpress.com and get your products today. He was on here. He loves crypto. He loves talking about the metaverse. He loves talking
the metaverse is another one, because I'm a gamer too. So I've been playing games since I was a little kid, and I play World of Wars.
I don't know. I don't even play games.
World of Warcraft. And I remember ever since I used to play that, because I used to play a lot of MMORPGs, just kind of multiplayer RPG games. I will think to myself, damn, they were pretty cool that one day we can be inside of these games. Yeah. And I remember when the Oculus Rift first came out, I was like,
I want to buy one.
No, I said, we've done this. I already know. And it's I was just thinking to myself, we just need to be inside of this. Actually having I don't know, something like the Habbo Hotel. I don't know if you ever play Habbo Hotel.
I don't play games. It's the one thing that brings out the anger in me is video games. Yeah.
Really?
It sucks too. I love games, but I rage hard. I just hate feeling like I was screwed by technology.
I feel. I mean, I have broken certain things like that. Yeah, I do rage quit a lot. I have literally stopped playing a game for 2 months because I was so pissed at it.
UFC was the one that made me the most mad. I would just be hitting someone. They would never hit me back. I just throwing a beat down, and this guy would hit me once, and it's game over. Game over. This isn't real. It's not how this would happen. So. Yeah, I try to stay away from games now.
The metaverse is definitely something that's definitely gonna go places. I mean, I don't even think people might think it's a lot of things. People right now, they're not really accepting it. Kind of they're judging it stupid, NFT things. I do think NFTs right now, the way they're getting used are dumb. Being honest, because I don't think this is what they're supposed to be used for. To be honest, I do think that NFTs are gonna have a really big part in the metaverse.
I think that they're going to play a big role in invitations and future events and parties. If you have this NFT, you get all these perks with it, things like that.
Full Send. I don't know if you know who Full Send is. Full Send, they're some dudes. They're really big on YouTube. I don't really like them, but I mean, they basically.
It's a great name.
Yeah, they basically came out with this NFT car thingy in which they were giving their followers if they bought this NFT, they will have access to a lot of these perks. In the future, something like that.
Okay.
So it's something like what you said, kind of like an invitation. So I do believe NFTs have a better purpose than what they are right now.
They're interesting. Yeah. I still don't know a lot about them, but they are interesting. And so, actually kind of staying in the realm of more fitness-based stuff and incorporating that, how do you think the metaverse will affect the health and wellness industry?
I think it'll be good or bad? It's gonna be amazing, actually. Yeah? I don't know if you know, but the Oculus Rift, they actually have added fitness stuff into the.
I want to get one too.
Yeah, I actually want to get one because of this reason.
Yeah.
And I think the Oculus Quest is a new one that came out. It has this wrist that you can put on. You can get your heart rate and everything.
Oh, cool.
And basically, you can even have workouts inside of certain places, you're in the paradise, and working out. There's a volcano.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
So I mean, I think it's just pretty cool because someone that understands how hard it is to get yourself to love working out, because I hated working out.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get myself to do it for more than 30 minutes. I think it's a good way to kind of get more people to actually learn how to do it and kind of love working out.
Yeah.
Because I feel everyone can truly make fitness their lifestyle. It's just about finding what is like sustainable, what is fun for you. I feel people just try to stick to like what is basic, like lift and weight, just run, eat chicken, green beans, you know, the kind of deal. And I just, people just need to stop thinking that way and just try to actually find something that works for them.
Yeah, I'm concerned that it's going to make people lazy. I think, you know, that's like my biggest thing is I do see the pros of it. Yeah. I do think that it can help in a lot of ways, but I can see that it will also continue this trend of like desocializing, you know, which I think is a very important part of life. And, you know, and then people are going to, you know, part of, for me, what health and wellness did was it, you know, and you were saying this earlier as well, is it helps you overcome a lot of stuff. And I feel like, and this is just my opinion too, I'm sure people will disagree, but I feel like if you get comfortable not getting out of your comfort zone and you're just in this Oculus and you're just stuck at home, like you're not really, it's not really going to help you long term, because going to the gym, socializing, being motivated by people around you is an important part of pushing yourself. Not saying that's for everybody, but those are kind of the things that I'm concerned about. And then it's also the misinformation of what these apps and stuff can push because of a lot of the cookie cutter programs.
No, yeah, I do know what you mean, to be honest, because I mean, even someone like me that doesn't like to talk to people, when I first started working out in my house, because I did do it for like the first year in my garage, it was a lot harder for me to work out in my garage than it is when I'm already at the gym. Yeah. Because when you're at the gym, it's kind of like, damn, people are working out. They're gonna judge me if I work out. It's kind of like shit. They're gonna do whatever. So you're gonna feel obligated to like do something, you know. So I know what you mean.
I do feel a lot more motivated at the gym, and I learned this during COVID when everything was shut down, and I was kind of forced to just work out at home. Yeah, I had no like motivation, no energy to want to do anything, because it's like it's the same as people that work from home. It's hard to sleep in the place that you work. Yeah. That's how I felt with working out, was like, here's the place I usually lounge and watch TV, but now I have to work. Like when I'm in a gym, I'm super focused. Like there's weights around me, there's people moving. It's a lot easier. So with the Oculus and the Metaverse, I'm curious, actually, probably more to see how it plays out. And, you know, I'll probably definitely check it out and get in on it. I'm super excited. I do believe
social media, even as it is, like it has like a lot of pros and cons, like the same concept, because I love obviously social media, because it has given me like everything that I have right now. It's a lot of people,
it's a huge resource.
But at the same time, I have so many issues with social media because of similar things that you said. Like I obviously can see people are kind of getting like their perspectives getting more and more distorted every single day. Yeah. And there's like people that use lack of self-awareness. I think that's the main problem. And social media has a big factor, because when you're so focused about what's on like people's contents, what this person is posting, this and that, like what this caption is saying, this and that, you not really have time to like think for your, like you.
Yeah, there's a lot of unoriginality. Yeah, everyone's doing the same thing.
It's my best friend, for example, like he has like social media breaks. Like he does post stuff. Like he's actually active, but he just sometimes says, okay, I gotta like delete this and just kind of like
healthy.
Just have a break for like maybe 1 or 2 months, because he finds himself like kind of like not thinking bright, just kind of thinking things he shouldn't be thinking, kind of feeling himself a little more negative when he's in social media all the time. Yeah. But whenever he's like fully away, he's like, okay, I should be more aware of like what I'm doing, why I was feeling that way as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, people do get locked up into that, that reality, or false reality of it, is that, you know, and this is, everyone knows this, but like social media only shows all the high parts of people's lives, or a lot of them, you know, will fake stuff to make it look like they're doing more or better. And that can weigh on people that are struggling. You know, I've definitely been on that side of like seeing, you know, it seems like everyone's having a great time, everyone's doing this, and I'm like struggling, and then but it's not the reality of it.
Even for me, because even for me as I guess an influencer, I think, I hate how using that word.
I find it so cringy, but it really is like the most accurate term. Like there's really not a better term to use.
I guess me as someone that has a following, I should say that. I find myself constantly comparing myself to other people that also have a following, because I mean, it turns into a business, and I think any person that has a business, they want their own business to do good, and then sometimes I think like, why this person posted it but mine didn't do it? But it's kind of like, you have to really ask yourself, am I really doing this because I want people's, like, I guess, approval, or am I doing this because I'm proud of my own content and I want to just kind of bring some value into the world? Because back then, I remember, like, I think like 1 or 2 years ago, I was like really worried, like, oh my gosh, I don't have this amount of likes on this photo. Oh, yeah. And this and I would do almost anything. Oh my gosh, I need to keep these. But then I just kind of like realized, you know what, I'm not gonna lose myself trying to chase likes and things like that. If I post something and it does good, it did good, right? And if it doesn't do good, it didn't do good. It's not gonna not too deep.
Well, a lot of it too isn't even a reflection of what you posted and what anyone posted too. It's like algorithms, engagement, things like that are really slowing people down, and that's why that's why I sent you that link, the Athena app, a company we've been working with. Today's episode is brought to you by Athena. Are you tired of oversaturated social media apps with content not related to your health and wellness interests? Well, look no further. So I recently came across this brand new health and fitness social network, Athena. Athena is a new and easy to navigate health and fitness social network. It connects you with like-minded fitness enthusiasts to share and also creates the opportunity for you to get trusted guidance and support from your peers. You can gain early access by clicking the link in our bio or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen, but you better jump on it quick because availability is limited and spots are filling up fast. So click the link or scan the QR code and get started on Athena today. And then just the development of other new apps that are coming out that aren't going to do that to people. And it's a little bit of people need to not get caught up on that, like relying on likes to feel a sense of security, but also knowing that like your life doesn't have to be social media. Like there's still a real world out there.
Yeah, but I think when you literally have a phone, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Because even for me, I have not had a full break, but I have kind of like not posted as much as I used to because I kind of have like balanced myself a lot more. Yeah. I mean, I still work all the time off camera, like literally always doing something. Like you can ask me, like always like running stuff on. Okay, I had to do this, I had to record, I had to do this. But I'm kind of like limiting myself to like things like how much social media, I guess, interaction I have because I know like as someone that also has like a mental health illness because I'm open with my my health disorder. I have BPD, borderline personality disorder. This is kind of like social media affects me a little bit more, I guess, than the average person because my perspective, as it is a little bit flawed. So it is, I mean, not flawed, but
everyone's flawed.
It can be negative sometimes, and it's being a long journey. Like I'm actually proud of like how come I come because I was super hella negative. I will call myself like realistic. I was like, oh no, I'm not being negative. I'm just realistic. That
is pessimistic.
Yeah,
it's a negative. It's the water's half empty or the cup's half empty type of mindset. It gets like that.
Yeah, even when me being a fitness person and everything, I was still pretty negative.
Yeah.
So that's like actually the one thing that I wanted to focus on because I felt like, okay, I reached the physique that I wanted to, but I felt like even though I already had the physique that I wanted to, was not really there mentally, you know, because I was still feeling such a kind of way about myself when I was still like, because I had this weird thought that if I look a certain way, I was gonna be happier. Like I think most people think that
it doesn't.
If I look hot, I'm gonna be happier, right? But I mean, I just happen to be just hot and depressed, I guess.
So it's whatever. Yeah. Well, it's and it's kind of what I'm hoping to accomplish with what I have here and everything is that it's okay to like cheer people on. It's not always a competition of more followers and likes and stuff like that. Like the whole fitness community and industry should be that in itself is a community. Everyone should be supporting each other. Like everyone can win in this industry. It's not really like there's not really the best of the best because it's such a widespread thing. And I think that I would love to see that be more prominent than this fake materialistic push that everyone is going to. Everyone's doing the same thing. Same workouts, same videos, same posts.
The most same people too, to be honest. Same people that have the same followers all the time because I feel it's another problem. I feel a lot of influencers don't want to work with like smaller people that can potentially actually bring more value than I guess bigger influencers because they just happen to have the following, I guess. And I feel a lot of people start to gravitate to bigger influencers that might not have the better knowledge and someone that might be smaller. It's kind of like it kind of like keeps a cycle going, you know?
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And I think that it should. I would love to just see a bigger push of, smarter, healthier, happier people.
Yeah.
Where everyone's learning and no one's a know-it-all and things like that. And so with your following and the stuff you're doing with that, do you have like long-term plans? Like, is there something? Because I know you said you were thinking about competing, but as far as utilizing the social media aspect and then trying to grow from that, do you have like any entrepreneurial goals?
Yes, I actually do have a lot of things that I'm like kind of currently working on at the moment. I mean, I'm not gonna like say anything because still kind of
give them a teaser.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have my plans. Like I obviously do want to have my own gym. That's like my
cool.
end goal. Like my end goal is just like having my own gym.
Like a big one or like just a studio?
No, like a big gym.
Like, okay.
Like, I have my vision of like the gym that I want. Like,
yeah.
Because I always go to gyms and there's like always things that I don't like the machines, how crowded things are and whatever. So I just kind of want to create like a gym that I feel can be a gym that can offer things that maybe other gyms might not offer, to be honest.
Like what's something that would stand out?
I don't want to say too much because I feel if I say somebody out there might be like,
someone will snatch it?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Maybe not, maybe yeah. But I mean, I just feel like a lot of gyms, they have like a lot of like unnecessary classes. And I mean,
classes?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say unnecessary classes because I understand like Zumba class and stuff. It's got inclusive for certain people. But I feel when you just only teach people how to just like, hey, just move your body, work out, and that's it, you like missing a lot of the aspect of what actually having a fit lifestyle is. And I feel if you truly just teach people how to have a better relationship with working out, how to have a better relationship with food, especially with food.
Yeah, food's huge.
I think the main one is just actually teaching people how to have a good relationship with food. That can change so many different things. Because even for my clients, whenever they come to me, they feel like I'm gonna give them like this strict diet plan. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like I just tell them, hey, just follow your macros, calories and stuff. I mean, let's just work around how your body feels. Obviously, if they have a medical condition, they have to work with their own doctors and stuff like that. And if they have like a specific like condition, I'll tell them, hey, I cannot do your diet plan for you because that's not my field anymore, you know? But I just started teaching my clients how to just eat. Hey, just try to listen to your own body, how your body feels. Because for the longest, for example, for me, I thought like broccoli was, for example, the greatest thing. But even for me, I find out that broccoli actually doesn't do me good. Yeah. Because I get super bloated. So I tell them there's a lot of things that you might think that is healthy, that you're going to be just fine because everyone says they're fine, but you might have a food allergy or something, you know? So you have to kind of listen to your body and obviously just kind of like eat based on your body weight and everything and just kind of like sustain it, have a balance. Go out for a
So you would offer like diet advice in your gym?
Kind of, yeah. I will kind of have professionals, people that actually know what they're doing to like actually like teach people like how to have a better relationship and just kind of explain basically the basics of what, fitness is reality. Because I feel a lot of these classes, they just kind of like have people.
They're just movement classes.
Yeah, they just kind of hype you up. And I know a lot of people, they just want to have a coach or someone that's kind of like, let's go. Like, even for me, I'm not that kind of coach. Like if you see me training a client, I'm going to be like, just okay, 1, 2, okay, let's go on the court. I just think little cues, things like that, but it's not like, okay, let's go, give me 5
like
reps.
Screaming and
Yeah, and I mean,
I would like to see you do that. That'd be funny.
I do have clients that might kind of get mad because I'm not like that, and I'm like, oh, you don't hype me up like that. I'm not a hype person. I'm sorry.
Not a hype coach.
I'm here to teach you. I'm here, and like, I feel like I'm a teacher. Yeah. And I actually don't like when my clients come back to me, and it all sounds weird because it's like, well, wouldn't you want that? You want money, right?
Like client retention.
Yeah, but it's like I actually like when my clients feel good enough to work out on their own because I feel like I did my job, Yeah. Because when my clients, they come to me, they stay with me up until like I've seen some personal trainers have like clients for 7 years. Yeah. They continue working there for 7 years. I like that because, obviously you have like a friend, they feel motivated at all times, but I feel like you're not doing your job because it's like they're only relying on you. And what if you die the next day, for example? Because that's a reality. I mean,
I 100% understand that approach because I own a consulting firm outside of this. And that's what I do is I work with companies to kind of set them up for success. So I understand that approach. There are some people that prefer to have that because it's routine for them. Like it's more of a, like how I sell a lot of my services, I'm a convenience of time. Yeah. And so I can see why people prefer to have the same coach, but I also understand your point because a lot of what I also say is I'm here to set you up for success, get you to a point where you're self-sustainable, where you don't need me.
Yeah, like one of my clients, she still trains with me, even though she's been working off, I think 2 years now. I mean, she can do it on her own, but she's still kind of like trains with me because she just kind of feels more motivated. Yeah. But she actually just got certified to be a boxing coach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That was her mom. I was even shocked. I was like, wait, what? What the heck?
She can throw hands now?
Yeah. No, yeah. And I was like, wow, like what made you want to do this? She was like, oh, I think you actually like inspire me to like just kind of become a coach on my own. Because she liked boxing, but she wanted to become a coach, but she didn't want to become a personal trainer. So she was kind of like, well, I like boxing. I can kind of like actually learn how to do that. She just went for it. And she wasn't like active whatsoever. When I first started working out with her, it was so hard. I was like, Allison, let's go and do something. She was like, but I mean, even people like her, like they can actually do more things on their own. She's even like certified coach on her own, technically speaking. I mean, she still comes trying to me.
You gonna get into boxing then too? Seems to be a big thing with all these people nowadays. Everyone's a fighter.
You know what?
You get boxed, Steffi Cohen.
Yeah. No, I mean, she's my height.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my height.
Oh, this would be a good one.
She's my height and my weight. Can you believe that?
Dude, let's set it up,
bro.
Should we?
Steffi,
I had a guy.
Fight me.
I had a guy in here. Yeah. I had a guy in here. He's friends with them.
No!
Yeah, I'll see. I'll reach out. Get it set up. Yeah, that'd be dope. Everyone's boxing now. We got all the YouTubers boxing.
Sure, everyone. That will make money. That definitely will make money. Fight. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Sarah. Don't know how to say your last name versus Steffi Cohen.
Yeah.
Coming soon. We'll start at the Fit Fest. We'll do that. So no, that'd be fun. So today's episode is brought to you by Hotworx. I want to let you guys know about an incredible new craze going on in the Austin fitness community. It's called Hotworx. Hotworx is a virtually instructed exercise program created for users to experience the many benefits of infrared heat absorption while completing a 30-minute isometric workout or a 15-minute high-intensity interval training session. As the infrared heat penetrates your body, causing you to sweat, the isometric postures further accelerate detoxification by physically removing the toxins from your organs through muscle contraction. Hotworx also offers an easy-to-use app-based scheduling so you never have to miss a class again. Hotworx has 2 locations to serve, located at the intersection of Anderson Mill Road and FM 620 in the HEB Plus Shopping Center, and also another location in San Marcos. So stop in, tell them Austin Fitness Community sent you, and get a special free session on us, and check out Hotworx today. So you have the gym, and then are you also trying to do more stuff outside of fitness as well?
What do you mean outside fitness?
Like I know you
influence and also
fitness?
Well,
I know you like the crypto stuff as well. Do you have any hobbies outside of the fitness besides the crypto?
I mean, I do a little bit of stuff, I guess. I don't like to call myself a hustler, I guess, but I do a little bit of everything, I guess. I mean, I always wanted to become, I guess, a film director, actually. I actually did go to school for that. I was going to be a post-producer.
Where'd you go?
I went to Lunster. I didn't actually finish. I'm kind of like college dropout, technically speaking.
Hey, I dropped out of college, too. I was playing football.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, the reason why I did is because I kind of had, like, just life happening, I guess, and just kind of had to just decide if I wanted to continue. I was like, you know what? I don't think I can do it. So it actually worked out for me. I'm not even complaining, to be honest.
You don't really even need college nowadays.
No, you don't, actually. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna shit on college or anything like that. But I mean, for what I was going for specifically, I didn't need it.
It's a good experience transitioning from like high school to adult life, and it was a ton of fun. I had probably the most fun ever in college. But as far as life skills that I learned for everything I have now was purely off experience and working. So that's what I encourage a lot of people to do is like, unless you have to go to school for like a specific field, like medical, like if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, stuff like that, definitely think twice. And I always encourage people to go to trade schools. Yeah. Like go to trade school for 2 years and make way more money than the average college, literally 4-year school. Learn a trade, because that's something that's going to be in high demand, especially as technology continues to grow and people are getting more comfortable being at home. So
I mean, I obviously do that. I mean, I draw. I mean, I don't know. I actually thought of at one point kind of creating some NFTs, just kind of selling my own, because I mean, I do draw, and I mean, I don't think I'm amazing at drawing, but I mean, I think I do weird stuff, and I mean, people like to.
Hey, weird stuff's interesting.
Weird stuff,
I do weird shit all the time. So I got all kinds of random hobbies, but there's nothing weird about it. It's it's cool. The thing I really enjoy meeting when I meet a lot of more high profile individuals or a lot of people in this fitness industry is what they do outside of what they're known for. And those are things that I'm always really interested in. I just don't know. It's always weird for me to talk about my life because I'm such a resource person. Talk about it.
I know. Yeah. I was always trying to think to myself like, okay, what can I talk about without feeling like I'm saying too much? Because it's like actually a problem that I have. I feel like I overshare sometimes, especially with social media. Like I feel you have to be really careful with the things that you share, and like sometimes you might not think like, oh, I'm just sharing this thing, but like so many people are just watching you in the background. I even have people that even follow me. It's kind of like keeping up with my stuff. I'm like, yo,
see,
weird.
that's the problem though, is like, I'm not gonna, like, I used to have that fear too, especially with what I have and everything. I try to I've had people ask me, Josh, do you feel a sense of responsibility owning a brand called Austin Fitness Community? Do you feel like you have to? And I'm like, fuck no. Like, this is my business. Last time I checked, my name's on the bills. Like I'm the one, my face is now on the brand. Like I kept my face off.
My boyfriend says, and it's
like,
kind of like, ah.
So I don't, obviously I try to support everyone and do everything, but I'm not going to worry about people that, the ones that hate and the ones that say that kind of stuff or the cancel people. 99% of the time, they're not even buying what you're selling. They're not even supporting what you're doing. Their whole existence is just to shit on you and like complain.
Just watch me fail, basically.
And a friend of mine, my friend Tyler said it best. She goes, misery loves company. And that's what they do, is they want to tear people down. So my response nowadays, because I used to be concerned about that, is fuck them. Like I will do whatever I want. And if these miserable people want to sit and complain, cool. You can scream and holler, but I'm going to keep moving forward because I don't play that shit. Like, I don't care what they have to say because at the end of the day, they're not coming to, my events. They're not, supporting what I'm doing. They're not even watching the show. They're just finding reasons to be upset. And so with everything you're doing too, like, who cares? Like, you can't let people that are so miserable continue to have power when they're not even involved in anything we're doing. And that's the problem with
that's something nowadays. That I also over the years have kind of teach myself because I remember I kind of like being to like in my head be like, oh, what are people gonna say about this? I mean, I don't care for what people say, but it's kind of like social media. It's kind of like for how people are looking. It's kind of like, oh fuck. Plus I have social anxiety, so for me it's kind of like, oh like I just know, especially when I go out in public, I just feel people are staring at me.
Oh, it's the worst. But
I mean I like cars, so I mean I have my Mustang.
What?
My Mustang.
I didn't know you had a Mustang.
Yeah, I have a Mustang. He has a Pro Charger. My baby.
Oh yeah.
What year is it? We both spent too much money on that boy. It's like over $10,000. It's 2016. It's $550.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a V6 actually, but I mean a lot of people think it's a V8, which is nice.
Nowadays, like I have a little 4-cylinder Mazda. Like I miss
That's
having
so
a
nice.
truck. Yeah, but it gets up and goes so fast that you would think that it's a V6.
Mazdas are nice.
You can't really tell anymore. So.
I had a friend, he had a Mazda, and he kind of like, because we used to go to car groups and stuff like that, so we started like modding our cars, and he had like mods in his Mazda, and Mazda was like, phew, going places, Yeah,
it's great gas. I sold my truck to get that so I could drive all over the country, and now I kind of miss having a truck. But with gas going up, I'm like, I think I'm going to hold on to this Mazda for a little bit until I see what's going on.
That's basically my other hobby, I guess. So we both mod our cars. I mean, I can't stop because obviously there's a lot of money. Like my car looks amazing. Not gonna lie. Like every single time I drive a car and I feel that smile, especially when he first.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with treating yourself.
Yeah, so. But I mean, I want to put the car to like I guess work for me. So I want to put it into like Turo because I know a lot of people they like the car and they wanted to drive it and stuff. So I just now can kind of make like extra source of income because it's basically have been what I've been doing this past 2 years, just like creating as many sources of income as I can. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you only rely on like one or two, you're meant to be fucked. Literally.
For reals. I mean, passive income and just having different streams of income is super important, especially in today. And I encourage entrepreneurs all the time to don't find different outlets, find ways to monetize what you're doing, and with social media too, like. Find a way to monetize it.
The pandemic taught me that real quick because I mean, I actually was having like just regular jobs before the pandemic. I was actually a waitress.
Where at?
Twin Peaks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love Twin Peaks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course.
Dude, the blue cheeseburger is like my go-to. So,
the blue cheeseburger,
that's the only reason I would go.
No.
I promise.
Not the beer. Definitely not the beer.
No,
we had like 29-degree beer or something like that.
Really?
But I used to work there for like a whole year. I mean, I make quick money, but I mean, by far, working for the service industry, it is mentally draining and you will want to kill someone or yourself eventually. So, I had like horror stories when I used to work at Twin Peaks. Yeah,
I can't imagine.
No,
especially how shitty dudes can be, especially places like that.
No, you're always surprised. It's actually not really from dudes.
Really?
No, it's actually from families and moms.
Oh god.
Or certain
bunch
ladies.
Of Karens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually one day walked out of Twin Peaks paying $50 because they literally, I don't know why people did this, but they would take like little kids to Twin Peaks. Like baseball
Never understood that, yeah.
Baseball teams. And I had this whole entire like table set on my section. There was like, I think 15, that's what it said, 15, but in reality it was like 21 people. And they took my whole entire section. And basically, I don't know why some parents do that, but they want to order for their kids when they're like grown for themselves. Like they were like 13-year-old and they were like, I don't know. They were like ordering for them and the kids didn't want the order. It was just a mess. And the mom's basically just, I just being bitchy because I just have my boobs out. But I'm like, I mean, you knew my boobs were going to be out before you even came here. I don't even know what you're getting mad at me.
Kind of backwards ass shit is that?
Yeah.
Like it's like going to like the strip club and being mad that girls are naked.
Yeah, this cycle. I'm just like, I don't know why you're getting mad at me. Like, this is my job.
Yeah, like, you're in my house, dude.
Yeah. So
it comes back to what we were just saying. Like, some people just like to be miserable. Like, some just want to like find reasons to be mad. And it's, I don't know. I don't know if it just gives them some sort of purpose. Like, if they're just unhappy and that, you know, if they feel like if they just call people out and yell at them, that it makes them feel like they're doing something.
I think it's a reflection on themselves.
Yeah.
To be honest, because I mean, obviously learning self-help books and things like that, I just understand that people do things based on themselves. It's never about you. Literally, it's never about you. Even if they do something towards you, it's literally never about you. Something about themselves. They're just kind of projecting onto you because they don't want to take it out. That's why even when people try to like be mean or say really mean things, because I gotten some really mean comments.
At Twin Peaks or the gym?
Everywhere, for the matter. Right? Like I both like Twin Peaks, my DMs, obviously.
Oh God,
can't
imagine what that looks like.
I seen some stuff. I'm like, wow, okay, never mind. But I just kind of feel pity for those people because it's kind of like the fact that you put in your time to kind of say this kind of stuff. It really says more about you think about myself. Like, yeah, I mean, if you thought you're gonna make me feel bad, you may make me feel bad. But at the end of the day, how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it wouldn't make sense to me, like why anyone would send you angry, mean DMs. Like you never put anything out that's not like negative.
Do you know what? I want to ask the same question. I don't know. Like I feel like I just exist and people hate me. I mean, it's not stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
I actually don't. I actually do ask that question sometimes because I actually got some like not that threats, but I have some people literally tell me to like just straight up kill myself, and I'm like,
so messed up.
I mean. First of all, I mean, I'm glad that I'm come to the place where I'm like mentally strong for me to kind of like dish a lot of his comments. But I just know the certain kind of comments, they're not easily dishable for some people. Especially for me, because I mean, I do obviously have my kind of mental health problems and things like that. And I also kind of have some certain, past events before. So those kind of comments don't go well with people.
Well, they're whether you have like, a traumatic past or not, like those are inappropriate. Those are things people shouldn't be saying.
You shouldn't.
I think mental health is a super important thing that people should take more notice on. And I don't mean it in the sense that everyone should be treated like a victim and everyone should just have their hand held and stuff. But with how quickly technology is evolving and social media and the dependency and the use of social media, like people do need to take into account of how like draining it is. It's I have to repost, I get tagged so many times a day on this, especially Fridays are crazy. But it just burns you out. And so to go through that and then to have, I can't imagine trying to have like a big following or being just a high profile individual and then you trying to keep everyone happy all the time. And then all of a sudden you just get someone for no reason. It's like, fucking kill yourself.
I mean,
like that's
mental health is something that we still have a long way to go because even for me, there's a lot of things like, I have diagnosis for certain things that I have and I'm still even questioning them because there's so many things that I find over time that it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel that mental health is one of those things that we still not even close to know what the heck. I mean, we know depression because it's kind of like common. And even though I don't even think most people really have truly depression, it's just.
Well, I think COVID definitely opened that door for a lot of people.
The thing is, depression is a comorbid disease for so many other diseases. It's kind of like, is it really only depression or
it's kind of like a gateway drug?
Yeah. It's like, it's really difficult and it's like, you cannot just go to one or two therapists. Oh, boom, you're fine. Or take a few medicines, pills, and you're fine. It's such a hard process. And the thing is, people don't really like to talk about mental health because they like to talk about it because they want to make themselves feel like, I'm the goody.
Yeah, some people do. Yeah. That's the part I hate is some people will talk about mental health to get, the victim treatment. They want that, God, what's the word? Like the pity. Yeah. And I'm not cool with that. And I couldn't agree more. Is I do think that those are things that do need to be more normalized.
I get people that tell me that because of how I look. Because that's the thing that I try to for myself, I guess.
I love that how you look.
I mean, It's not about me. Like you were surprised. I don't see myself the way people see me. I actually have a hard time to kind of see myself the way other people are seeing me. I just know a lot of people think I'm a certain way. That's why I say this, because people say this. It's not like I think, oh my gosh, I'm so hot, you know. Like I think out of the whole day, I don't think I'm hot, you know. Like I'm thinking, yeah, I look good. Damn, I did that, you know. But it's like, damn, I'm so hot. You know?
It's a self-confidence thing over like just a self-pretentious thing.
If anything, I actually kind of like, I don't know. I obviously have insecurities like everybody else, but I obviously do know that just because of my looks, people don't think that I have mental
that your life's
disorder.
perfect.
Yeah, and just like you do realize that, first of all, I did not look always like this, right? Like I've been through bullying. Like I've been through like a traumatic events like most people. Not most people. I mean, sadly enough, most people nowadays. But I mean, you know, it's not like, oh, the way you look, it's like, oh, your life should be perfect and anything like that. So I try to like kind of tell people that doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how you look, nothing doesn't matter, to be honest. You can be the president of the United States, you can be the most famous person in the world, you can still have depression, you can still most likely want to kill yourself.
Yeah. Some of the happiest people are usually the ones going through the hardest time.
This is one girl, she was I think she was a Miss USA or something like that. She was in the news like not long ago.
I saw that.
She jumped out of a building and she left a note leaving everything to her mom.
Yeah.
And like people didn't even know. They were shocked that she did that. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, like, she was so nice. I mean, it's like, yeah, because you never know what someone's really going through, you know? So that's the thing. Like, you're always going to tell people, it's kind of, you never, doesn't matter. You know?
Be nice to people.
Yeah.
It's free.
Just
you don't have to, it doesn't
being.
take a lot to be nice to people. And so,
even people tell me you're nice. I'm like, I don't think I'm nice. I try to be. You know, I think I'm a mean person, quite frankly. I just try to be a decent human being. Try my best. That's what I say.
It's not hard. You know, I see like motivation quotes all the time. It's like, you know, hype your friends up, you know, hype a stranger up. Like there's nothing, it's free. It's so easy just to.
I do that. I actually go and not just out of faith. I actually do feel like, oh, that this person looks good. Hey, you look good. You know, I'll go and tell them. And sometimes you have some people that kind of look at you kind of like, thanks. Yeah. It's not like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You can't tell if you're being like, I remember the first time someone came up to me. It was like, I think it was after the Tim Kennedy episode. It was like my second one, but that was like one that really kind of blew the show up.
Oh yeah.
And someone came up to me and was like giving me a compliment. And I hadn't seen this person before, but I'm so used to dealing with like dickheads that I thought this guy was being sarcastic. And I thought he was like fucking with me. And I was like, what's your deal, man? Like with this. And he was like, it was a genuine compliment. And so I can understand now why people are kind of like, are you fucking with me? Like So, but yeah, I think, you know, I'm hoping more people will be motivated just to hype others up. And that's kind of what I do with this. You know, I give everyone a day of recognition. I try not to overpost. I try to only post one person a day, you know, kind of give them their day. I encourage people to go hype them up, follow them, you know, shout them out in the comments, things like that. Because there's so many, especially in the fitness industry, there's so many, like, it's so full of materialism. And that's kind of been the whole topic of today is like, you know, it shouldn't represent health and wellness and fitness. Like, you know, you should be able to be fully inclusive. So actually our event that we did down at Lift ATX last year is what changed my whole mindset on it. We did that event and I know you were one of the guests at it and I was promoting it on the story and someone messaged said, hey, it looks like a really fun time. Like that looks like a great time. And I said, yeah, look forward to seeing you there. And they said, oh, I'm not going. I said, oh, why not? They said, I don't look like I would fit in there. I was like, what? Like, what do you think this is? Like, no, you need to come. Like, come and hang out with me the whole time. Like I'll stand with you the whole time. And they came for a little bit and it was cool. It was good to talk to them. But like just that right there had always really bothered me where I was like, this person was so excited to see this event, but was so scared to come because of the image aspect that they thought that they were going to get like ridiculed or bullied.
I get it.
And so that's what I'm hoping to do with future events and doing stuff is to try to create an environment where everyone feels included and welcomed and not just, you know, the caked up face, like thirst trap, you know, girls, stuff like that.
That was my case when I first started working out. That's why I literally did not dare to go into a gym.
Yeah.
I was afraid to go into a gym. My social anxiety has come a long way. I was the kind of person that I could not even speak to a waitress. Like I had to like I still kind of do this. Like I had to like practice certain things whenever, like especially on the phone. I hate phone calls. If you call me, most likely you're not gonna pick up. Like I'm sorry.
I just don't like phone calls.
If you try to call me, I'm not gonna pick up. I'm sorry. You have to be like really close to me.
Yeah.
So
send me a voice message.
Yeah, I'd rather that, to be honest. But I mean, when I first started going to the gym, that was like, it was a funny story because I kind of like mapped out the gym that I was gonna go. Like I went to Google Maps and saw the 3D map and saw the whole entire gym and saw the machines. And then I went to YouTube to see how to use the machines and everything because I wanted to make sure that everything was perfect and fine because I didn't want to look like I was a noob. Like I was a newbie. So it's kind of like, I don't want people like judging me. Like what if they don't think I fit in or whatever. But I feel like the more you start working out, the more you realize that every single person is self-entitled. Yeah. And they just look at themselves in the mirror and kind of like, oh, that's it.
I get intimidated going to gyms that I'm invited to. Like I still feel out of place. I
do feel intimidated in a sense because it's people, but I know most of the times people not even gonna be looking at you.
Exactly.
They're literally like so focused on themselves. They're not even gonna care about you.
Well, and that's the gym that I go to, which I don't know if you had a chance to go there today, is Big Tech's gym.
It was so cool in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I would love to, but I'm most likely tomorrow morning if it's not that cold. But I was like, I'm gonna freeze my butt cheeks.
I'll hook it up, but yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, Big Tech's gym has been one of my favorites, and you know, I try to work with every gym. You know, I do like supporting all the gyms, but they were kind of like my OG ones. But it's known as like a hardcore gym, right? Like you go there, it's all strongman, powerlifting, and I was so intimidated when I first went, but like you said, everyone there is there to train, and it's a very friendly environment. And then that's really just how most local gyms out here are. Those hardcore vibes, the warehouse ones like Lift ATX, House of Gains. Yeah. You know, there's this new one, Los Campeones. It just opened up like 5 days ago. And it's, you know, it's what I want people to know is that like you go there and almost 99.9% of the time, not a single person's judging you. They're actually there to work out themselves. Yeah. And if you ask for help or if you're confused, like, you know, don't let the resting bitch face of everyone fool you. Most people are just locked in and focused because, you know, I've gone up to people and asked for like a spot or something and they'll be like this. And then when I tap them on the shoulder, but hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, that's
me, literally.
Yeah, and
people are afraid of me because of my face. Like,
and so, yeah, I encourage people all the time. I was super intimidated at Big Techs. And when I went there, you know, I was like, fuck, like these guys are strong. And in fact, one of my first experience there's a guy named Ben Polak, who's like a world renowned. In fact, I think he was like the world record holder in his weight class in powerlifting. Yeah. And this guy was screaming, and he's known on like videos for making these crazy faces and hitting himself. And that was my first experience at that gym, was this guy screaming, and he's looking at me because the platforms were facing each other.
You're next.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's gonna fucking kill me. And so, but then he came up to me afterwards, and which I didn't even expect. And hey, man, sorry, like I get super fired up in my workouts, like you know.
Just happened to look eyes with
yeah, he's like, you know, and he was really nice to me after that. And you know, that's really what I hope most people will take away from if they're listening to this, you know, is don't let these gyms scare you. Almost everyone there is so nice, and they get so excited at the opportunity to just talk to someone or help someone.
I feel like I get more judged on my neighborhood gym actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally when I go to my neighborhood gym, I literally get more judged than the actual gym. Actually, when I first started working out, I was doing, I think, a chest extension or something, and I was like doing it so wrong. I was like, and this guy, he comes and sees me, he's like, hey, so what are you trying to work out? And I was kind of like, I just knew like, shit, I'm doing something wrong. Oh, and I was like, I don't know. I was trying to make it seem like, I'm working out triceps. Yeah. And it was like, oh, okay. I mean, he knew it's like what I was doing, but I was like,
a dickhead.
Yeah, no, but he actually was just trying to help me out.
Oh,
he was like,
I thought he was like trying to get you to leave.
No. He was just trying to like actually like know if I was gonna do something like if I was trying to target more shoulders or triceps. So I was like, I mean, I'm trying to do triceps. And he told me, oh, well, if you want to do more triceps, you have to like kind of keep it below the chest, so you keep the tension. I was kind of like, oh, I didn't even know at the time. I was like, there's a such thing as a tension thing. And I was like, I didn't know if I went higher, I could target something different. And he just by coming to me, just explained that to me. I was like, wow. So it's not just by just kind of doing stuff. You actually, there's a science behind all of this. So that's when
form is huge.
Yeah, that's when I started like actually looking into like, okay, how to have a good form. Okay, how low can I go on certain things and how it feels for me, because just because somebody else is doing it, I mean, it's gonna work the same for me. But I mean, you have some people like that guy that he was truly nice. He just kind of came to me. He was asking me questions like he wanted to know if I was actually trying to do something different because he wanted to make me feel dumb. Yeah. So yeah, like I feel there's certain ways and you can literally approach someone that's offering the help without making them feel like, you know, you know what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows what they're doing when they first start working out.
Yeah,
literally.
you gotta approach people in a very like positive manner.
Yes.
And you know, some people might be their first time and they're terrified, and so they don't know what to do. And so, you know, kind of on that topic, so do you have like a specific training regimen that you stick to?
I do progressive overload, and I kind of mix powerlifting with like bodybuilding. Kind of like do a lot of compound movements. I do more like functional training because I'm all about like doing workouts so you can get you going through like daily stuff. Yeah. I train like moms and stuff. So I have a client that she's a mom of 6. So she has to like, wow, she has a lot of kids. So she has to like pick up a lot of her kids. So for her, I kind of focus on kind of teaching her how to deadlift properly.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you're picking up stuff, you are doing deadlifts. Like same for my boyfriend, he works in like he moves stuff, so he always like picking up boxes. So I always tell him, hey, you need to learn how to do proper deadlifts.
Yep. Sit down.
Yeah, because I don't care if you're even lifting 20 pounds, 10 pounds. By doing improper form, you can just mess something up.
You throw your back out just sitting down the wrong way, which has happened to me.
And you don't want to look like a cat whenever you're picking up something from the floor. So I mean,
arched.
Yeah, even he makes fun of me because whenever I pick up anything from the floor, I just kind of like get in position, just kind of like
squat,
squat, deadlift position, just tighten the lats and everything. But I mean, that's just how it should be because that's how you kind of keep your body going for a really, really long time. Yeah. And when I meet people that are like 70 years old and look extremely good, every single time I ask them what they do, they tell me, "Oh, I just work out." Yeah. And it's like, "Oh, that's all you do."
Moving is super healthy for you. So, do you incorporate a lot of cardio as well?
I mean, yes, I know. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with cardio.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, I like to do cardio, but like not the typical cardio. I'll do a lot of HIIT training or jump rope. I actually fallen in love with jump rope as of lately because I
always see you jump rope in the trampoline too.
Yeah, it's just more fun.
Trampoline one. It's like a little kid.
Trampolines are fun. It's like a workout.
They are. It's like a workout, I went to a trampoline park with a friend of mine. Yeah. And I was sweating after like 20 minutes. I was so tired. I was like, this is a lot harder now.
I burned 500 calories in a trampoline park before. Yeah. I had my Apple Watch. Like, just kind of trash it.
I had a tramp going up and it was so much fun and it was so easy. I don't know what, but I don't know if it's because I'm older now, but those things are exhausting.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. You just gotta find something that sticks to you because for me, I cannot go into a treadmill. Running is not my thing. He loves running. Like he can run for hours. He loves that. I hate running. And if you want to lose weight, now you have to like run, you have to jog, you have to like use the Stairmasters, all these things. You just have to find something that works for you. And I feel like as of now, the jump rope has definitely been working for me. And I've been doing actually a lot more cardio right now than I've been doing like the past year or something like that. Yeah. Because it's kind of like I didn't want to just kind of go out for a run, feel super draining, like a shore, like I have to do this. Whenever I have the jump rope, I just kind of put a song and just kind of like jump to the beat, and it just makes it fun, you know?
No, I'm with you. Stairmaster's been like my love-hate relationship. Yes. Like it's so good for burning calories, but it's so exhausting. But I just I have a YouTube playlist and I know that at the end of those videos, like I'll be done. And so it's perfectly timed. And then with that, do you have like a supplement routine that you use as well? Do you have any like supplements or preferred ones that you have as well?
Well, I actually just signed with a company.
Yeah, who?
EHP Labs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I actually just...
You got a great pre-workout.
Yeah, I like OxyShare a lot, but I mean, even though I sign up with them and everything, I still have my same thing with supplements. There's supplements for a reason. Yeah. Like I don't always use supplements. Like I have my protein powders. I have like, I think my regular supplements is like my vitamins, my fish oil things. So it's kind of like for health purposes. For supplements, like I guess people like want to know the pre-workouts and things like that. I'm not always taking them. I take pre-workouts just mainly when I literally need it because I understand like you don't need to always taking me pre-workouts. I do have a bad caffeine addiction. I'm not even gonna lie because I do have a bad caffeine addiction. So that's why I try to like avoid pre-workouts even more because it's kind of like I already drink as it is enough coffee throughout the day. I cannot be adding even more caffeine into my daily routine, right? Yeah.
It just burns you out.
Creatine is literally the only supplement that
The creatine?
Creatine.
Your accent's so funny.
My creatine is the only one that I just take all the time. Not all the time, but I mean I cycle it. But
do you use the pill, like the tablet or pills, or do you use the powder?
The powder is better for me. I think the pills are too big. I don't know. Really? They make it like this big sometimes. It's
pills are better for me, or like some people that have digestion issues, like because sometimes they'll cramp up stomach or do that. The pills are kind of the way to go. Yeah. And then do you ever take like I'm a huge proponent of nitric oxide, like the pump. You ever have that?
No, I don't think I think I took it once, to be honest. But no
one takes it.
Yeah,
blown away.
Yeah, I don't think I've taken that.
You would
before,
love it. It's way better for me.
I heard some people try it, but I don't think I personally had to, I used it, to be honest.
A lot of people often think that it's they kind of dumb it down. So when I first moved here, I learned a lot about subs when I was working at a supplement store. That was the first job I got when I moved here. And nitric oxide is often dumbed down and sold as like, oh, you just get a sick pump. But it's actually really useful in like growing muscle. So like everyone that works out is pretty not coached up on the fact that in order to grow muscle, you have to tear muscle fibers and then repair them. And that's kind of like the simple version. But what people don't know is those fibers are coated in like a pillowcase called muscle fascia.
Oh yeah.
And so what nitric oxide does is it increases blood flow and oxygen and sends it to whatever muscle group you're stressing out. And so that's where you get that pump from. But it actually helps tear that fascia and those fibers a little more efficiently. So you're getting a lot. Yeah, you're getting a lot more out of your workout. And I love taking it because it's a vasodilator. So that's where you get really vascular.
Will it work good if you supplement it with protein? Like, will you be able to have that better protein absorption or something like that?
I'm not sure.
It sounds like
it. I mean, I take it as a pre-workout, and protein is more something you take post-workout.
I mean,
I'm not an expert.
I take it both.
Yeah,
I take it both. I take both post pre-workout. I mean, it depends. I guess how much. I don't take a lot of protein. I actually don't like to work out like.
I don't take protein
while I'm eating.
Yeah,
I actually like to like work out fasted if I can.
Okay.
I feel I actually train better when I'm fasted than when I have
really
my stomach. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I have to have some sort of carb source.
Yeah, everybody's different. I mean, I have some clients that they feel the same way as me, and some clients they have to eat something because they feel like they want to faint or something like this. So it's kind of like. Everybody's different. So.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's really just, it comes down to what, you were kind of saying earlier about coaching is it has to be customized to everyone's individual needs.
Yeah.
And never get, nitric oxide is good for people that have caffeine sensitivity and they still want that, like kind of that tingle. Yeah, that's something to consider. But I'm also got to put the disclaimer that I'm no expert or doctor.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
These are things I was told by smarter people than me.
But these supplements, like anything else, so just if you have a health condition, you should definitely first ask your doctor if you can take it. It doesn't even matter if it's a protein powder. You should always ask because I mean, people don't think certain things are gonna affect their health, and then it does. No. And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Well, you didn't even ask.
Yeah,
so it's like, how do you expect?
Get coached up by the right people because I've had people ask if I was ever gonna sell supplements on our website, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't want that type of risk.
So certain supplements, I feel it's like, I feel like a lot of companies, they just sell kind of like generic stuff. And
it's all the same. It's really just branding.
Their brand. Yeah. It's no different than clothing. Just kind of have like a whatever kind of like shirt, but it's like a brand and it costs like $200 kind of deal. It's no much different. It
makes no sense. Yeah. It's that's another issue I kind of have. And I think I've talked about this with someone in the past is with the supplement industry is like, well, it's also not really their fault. They get restricted so hard by the FDA and I've seen a lot of sketchy stuff too. I'm not a big fan of the FDA because when I was working at the supplement store, we saw this really awesome test booster that helped with like muscle growth. It's called Hardcore Bulk. And I can't remember the ingredient name in it, but there was a specific ingredient in it that really helped with, your body's ability to grow muscle. And then they restricted it. So we had to reformulate the product. But then I found out later that product was then okay to use for cancer patients that were trying to rebuild muscle mass. And so it went from being, $80 a bottle to $80 a pill. And they just renamed it or something and started selling it to cancer patients. I was like, okay, if that's not criminal, I don't know what is.
Like, I know what you mean. Yeah, just everything's about making money.
Yeah, so the supplement industry is so just restricted that they're only, they don't have a choice but to use generic, ingredients. And so. Yeah,
but I feel like a lot of the fitness industry, that's what it is. It's kind of like a quick money grab, kind of like just selling really over expensive stuff. Sometimes like it's not even like up to the quality that it should be, but they just feel they should be that way, and it's fine.
Workout apparel, accessories, equipment, and supplements. It all just comes down to branding. And like people are very tribalistic nowadays, so they all want to be a part of something. So like First Form is amazing at building a culture. Everyone's I am First Form and stuff like that. So It's cool. I got nothing against it. Like build, do what you can to build your company up.
No, definitely. As long as they're really good products, because I feel like some companies just kind of like
fillers and
they just kind of like put a bunch of stuff. I mean, I don't even care. Like it's like the brand, but I feel like when you're overpricing stuff that you can definitely get for like a definitely cheaper price, like for a fact this is not the price of this. Like because I actually tweeted about this because I have a Twitter. It's kind of like tweet whatever stuff.
I think I made one, but I've never used it.
Yeah, I don't really use it because Twitter's kind of weird. But I mean, I tweeted something like certain companies, they sell like leggings for like $85 and they act like they didn't like pay $30.
Yeah,
like
or you get them from China for like $10
it's pair. Like you act like you pay like a lot of money, and they will lie and everything. Because I actually seen some companies say like they gotten this for certain suppliers. But you can actually kind of like do like a quick search.
Oh yeah, there's websites that show where people get.
And I've seen this because I'm trying to build my brand still, so I kind of wanted to find certain suppliers and stuff. Yeah, you just kind of like learn what to do, where to go, what not. So I find out some companies kind of like, you are selling this stuff on this supplier, and I'm guaranteed you're buying this for like $15 a piece.
There's a guy on Instagram. I can't remember his full name. It's like Setup Spawn or something. But he basically like shows you all these cool websites, these alternative websites you can use. But he had a video where he said there's a website where you can look at where these big companies do like manufacturing and distribution.
I think I don't know the name, but I found one of those, and you can type in like different ones, and everything comes up. Even says like the latest like shipment and things like that, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yep. Everything's coming from China. That's where you get the cheap stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of these companies, they want to act like they really put a lot of work into this. Like, I mean, it's fine that you did put a work into this, but don't act like you spend a lot more money than you really did. Like, I mean, you need to make some revenue back. Obviously,
profit's huge. That's how you keep a business alive.
But at the same time,
misleading is the biggest problem I have. Like,
exactly.
Just don't bullshit me about it. So.
Exactly. Just be honest about it. Just say how it is.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Are you ever? Is that something you would want to get into? Start your own brands?
I mean, I do obviously. I want to have my own brands, but it's kind of like obviously a different ball game. I'm on the process of that, but I'm trying to like still plan the whole.
Yeah, just start small with like shirts and crops, hoodies.
That's basically
hats.
What I'm doing. I actually do have like certain samples for things. I have my logo and things like that.
You can save more if you have like a local screen print company do it for you, and then ship it out yourself. Yeah. A lot of people use like Etsy or like just websites that make it for you, and then you kind of split the profit. But
I have my vision. You just kind of like how to like put the vision all together. But I'm kind of been thinking about the basically my idea for like a year or something like that. I have my vision board and everything, kind of like what I want to go for. I mean, because I do obviously want to start with like a small, like maybe like clothing company, and then just eventually like the gym.
Boom. Yeah. And sell your own stuff in the gym.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. That's cool. Well, I guess on that note, that's kind of a cool send off too, is, entrepreneurial lifestyle. It's a growing thing. I mean, everyone's, Austin is a huge place right now for entrepreneurs. You can go anywhere and you'll meet people that they're all transplants and they're all here to start their own business. And it's a great place where everyone can win. And so, kind of, in conclusion, where can people find you at? They want to go and watch your videos or, connect with you, things like that. Where does everyone go?
Like social media wise?
Yeah. All the plugs. If you're training, if they want to train with you, if they want to.
I mean, you can find all my training plans and everything on my Instagram. You basically have the link in bio. You have because my website, it has like a little bit weird of a name. It's like getstarted.spr.
But you have like a link tree?
Yeah, I have like a link tree, and you can just go straight into that, and you can see the plan prices and everything. I do custom my plans. I also have like regular like plans. The customized, so basically, obviously, talk to you.
Online and in person?
Yes. Okay. Well, I do both online and in person. In person to have less clients because obviously it takes more of my time. Yeah. And online, I obviously do take more clients because it's just easier. I can just train more people that way. But I do personally prefer to train more people in person either way because I feel I can control how my clients are doing and everything like that. But I actually have found a way to kind of make the online training a little bit better because I have this platform in which you can see all the workout videos. You actually have like the reps. You can type in how many reps you did, the times and everything. You
do their foods too? Like,
you have recipes and everything. So it's a lot more interactive. So I feel a little more comfortable training people online because I feel I'm giving more. They can actually use in their own. It makes me feel a little better as a trainer knowing that I am giving them enough for them to do on their own, I guess. But I'm also on YouTube, which is like Sara Pereira. You can also find that on my link tree. I do TikTok. I also do Amazon. I do Amazon live streams.
Oh, like, Amazon live stream?
Yeah, Amazon, they have been growing a lot on like the live stream section. So they basically is kind of like, I guess, reach out to like different people. And I just kind of like started working with them like I think last year. And it's kind of do a live stream like 3 times a week. Just kind of talk about like certain items that I like, the fitness products, things like that. Like it can be like home gym stuff, like dumbbells, benches, things that I think that like worth like looking at. If you want to build your own home gym, hey,
here's a good product for it.
Here's a good product. And that's kind of review, demo, give my own thoughts. And if you want to get it, you get it. You know? No.
Yeah. Yeah, no pressure. Yeah,
exactly.
Leave it. Yeah, leave it to the person. So, Sarah, it's for people that are trying to go on Instagram. It's what's the handle? It's
Sara PR. Yeah,
it's Sara PR.
Some people think it's a rapper for some reason.
I didn't think about it till now. I won't be able to unsee that. So
it's a rapper. Yeah,
it's a rapper.
Yeah.
Well, that's where everyone can find her at. It's a rapper. And I guess on that note, we'll close it out. So I appreciate you coming out. So.
Thank you.